saw as magic was actually a carefully orchestrated feat of technology. We mounted an ADSB antenna on the roof of a nearby building to read live data directly from each aircraft transponder within 200 kilometers. All aircraft emit radio waves containing their speed, altitude, GPS location, and a call sign. Our antenna was connected to a PC with a custom-built application, which identified the British Airways planes and sent the data to our cloud server that controlled the billboards. We created a virtual trigger zone in the sky that acted like a tripwire, so that when a BA plane entered our trigger zone, within 0.2 seconds we'd cross-reference the registration number with flight data from Heathrow to determine the destination. Cloud altitude data told us if the plane could be seen, and if it could, the information was sent to our billboard, interrupting the current content and playing our ad. The moment a plane flies overhead, inspiring our audience to share what they saw, and igniting their passion to explore the world.
Good afternoon, everyone. That video over there, was that you? Because that's definitely me. What's interesting is we no longer go online. We are online. We're online all the time. And that's creating a fundamental change in consumer behavior. The expectations of what people are doing has changed. How has that changed? We want immediacy. When we reach for our devices, we want those devices to be there for us in the moment. Our expectations are high. Not only do we expect something to come back to us immediately, we expect it to be of high value. And the last thing is, our loyalty to brands is changing. When you have awareness of a brand, you will give the brand a chance. But if the brand disappoints, I am more loyal to my own need. All of these creates very different ways to think about how all of us as marketers need to engage with our audiences. When you look at what we call moments, there are almost 1 trillion of these moments that Google captures across all of our audiences. Does that mean you have 1 trillion opportunities to present an advertising message to your consumer? What do you think? No, you don't. Because in most of these moments, we don't want to be interrupted. But there are certain moments when our intent is clear. You can think of them as moments where I want to watch something, moments when I want to know something, moments when I want to buy something, and moments when I want to find something. And these are the moments you need to identify and react to extremely quickly. There's a very interesting campaign that we ran with Durex, which for those that have never used them, is a condom manufacturer. And when Durex studied their audience, which is a fascinating study, by the way, I would recommend that for everyone, they noticed that people are having 20% less sex. And they tried to understand, why is that? And they noticed it's because people are always connected. So they launched a campaign that they called Turn Off to Turn On, which I think is just brilliant. So what do you do with all these moments? The only way to harness this is to use the power of technology to fight the technology that is creating so much data and so many opportunities. To do that, have the ability to take the sequence of events that you need to do and organize them in a way that makes sense. The first piece is obviously to understand who are you trying to talk to, and move away from the belief that your audience looks a certain way, because it doesn't. Your audience does lots of different things, and you need to target all of them in very specific ways. The importance of creative is only going up. As I mentioned in the earlier piece, when I react to your brand, I expect you to give me something great. And that power of creative is important. It needs to be relevant. It needs to be personalized. And then I need to be able to execute. What do we mean by execute? One of the hardest things in advertising technology, as you all know, is the complexity of making things happen. We have made this ecosystem extremely complicated. We have lots and lots of companies that are thriving, but it still creates a tremendous amount of confusion. Simplicity is really the key here.